Yo, what's up guys? I'm SapBC and today I'm going to be telling you all how to overcome setbacks. Now, the thing is with setbacks is that there's something that all of us experience, but everyone has different setbacks and you may be wondering how you overcome them. How not only you stop setbacks, but how you move past them and how you can continue to move past them going forward. And today I'm going to be talking about that. So let's just get straight into it. So tip number 1 is focus where you are right now. It's good to plan for the future and envision where you're going to be. Like manifest where you were going to be later on, right? But at the same time, if you are too concerned about the future, if you're worried for failure and you keep saying to yourself that you're going to fail, then you are setting yourself up for failure. And planning for the future and worrying about the future are two completely different things. Because worrying about the future is thinking to yourself that you're going to fail, right? But planning for success in the future, right? Or taking action to achieve what you want to achieve later on, that is basically you're convincing yourself that you're going to succeed because you're taking measures to get where you want to go. Why would you take measures to get where you want to go if you know you won't make it there anyway? Exactly. Because you know that there's a chance that you can get there. And you know that if you do the right things, that there's a high probability that you can do what you want to do. Not even high probability, you can, right? You can do whatever you want. You can achieve what you want to achieve. And by envisioning that and working towards it, but without being too concerned about what's going on in the future, then you can achieve it. So, tip number 2 is learn from others, but don't compare yourself to others. Now, you can both learn from the mistakes of others and the successes of others, as well as your own mistakes and successes. However, don't compare yourself to others, because once you do that, you put yourself in other people's shoes, which can sometimes be a good thing, but in this case it's not, and you treat the circumstances of others as if they're your own, or vice versa, right? So let me explain what I mean. So if someone sees someone on social media, right, and they just they're flexing like $100 bills, dude, in their hands, like on Instagram or something, right? And they're just doing superficial stuff like that, and people are thinking to themselves, oh man, dude, I'm so broke, I'm never gonna get that much money. It's like, bro, what did someone have to do to get that money? How did they really feel even though they have that, right? The thing is with social media is that it's so glamorous. It's a highlight reel, right? And that's why personally I've kind of distanced myself from social media. The only thing I'm really on now is YouTube, like just watching YouTube videos. And even that, like sometimes with YouTube shorts, there's like TikToks and whatnot. And if people see stuff on there that makes them feel bad about themselves, regardless if they realize that or not, they might, or no, not even that they might, they will lose confidence. So for example, if someone sees, again, someone on social media with like a lot of money in their hands or like a lot of cars, and that might take a toll on their own self-worth because they feel like because these people have those superficial achievements that they themselves aren't successful, or they don't have value as a person or as much value because they don't have the same thing. When in reality, that's not the case. The reason why people are flexing on social media is, and there's a bit of a financial incentive there because it's like branding, right? But it's to gain external validation for people to feel better about themselves. That's why people post so much on social media. If you're wondering why, people who should be doing other things are making constant posts on social media, right? And it's not their job. That's why. They're chasing external validation, right? And that's a bit of a tangent, so I'm going to move on, but keep that in mind. So, tip number 3 is something different, but with the setback, if you don't feel like, doing anything to counter it, just do something very, very small, right? So for example, if it's a small setback, like a school assignment, or I say small because the bigger ones are usually more difficult to tackle. They're more, they're deeper psychologically. And whereas like a school assignment is just like a school assignment, like if you do good on it, you do good on it. But other issues are maybe a bit harder to tackle. So basically, if you make a start on something, right, you give yourself confidence that you can keep going. And you give yourself motivation as a result. So even if you're doing something like a small, like Google Slides presentation for your class, right? If you were in school or if you are currently, if you even just start doing like a bit of research internally, mentally, what you're thinking is, I gotta start, right? And not only that, but that you can keep going, because the hardest part is starting, because that's why people procrastinate. That's why people procrastinate, not because. As like, they're afraid of failure, but how they will fail is by not starting. Because if they can't start, they can't get the end product, right? If they can't start, they can't do the work necessary to get to the point where they want to go. So keep that in mind. Starting will always be the most difficult part, but it's the most helpful part, because without starting, you can't finish, right? Without taking the first step, you can't run, right? You can't walk without crawling. That's a different analogy. But yeah, you gotta take that initial leap to begin to fly, right? You gotta have faith that it's going to work out, and regardless if it will work out or not, taking that first step will give you hope that you can complete what you want to complete. You can do what you want to do. So that's that point. So additionally with that is like, if you make a start, not only will you become more motivated, but you'll gain discipline. And discipline is very important, because you don't always have motivation, right, to do what you need to do. Some days you just feel like you're on fire and you can do everything. And some days, you feel a bit out of gas, so to speak, right? But the thing is that discipline is there, always there, right? And it's there, most importantly, when you don't want to do something. It's there to push you through. And with that, it can assist you in getting done what you need to get done, persevering, going through your setbacks, or your setback, because you can persist through the adversity and complete what you need to complete. Because regardless if you're motivated to do it or not, you have the will to do it. And as a result, you will get it done faster and likely better, because you get it done in less time. And not just for a school assignment or anything, but even something as simple as eating healthy, right? Like, if someone just begins to cut like one bad thing out of their diet, like let's say they stop drinking soda, right? That might give them that would give them more confidence to just do healthy eating in general. Possibly even extend that and start working out, drinking more water, doing these other things to help themselves become the best versions of themselves. And then it's a good cycle, because they become more confident by achieving what they want to achieve, and then they achieve what they want to achieve again, and then the confidence keeps building, and then they keep growing, they keep evolving, right? Because they keep making those positive changes. So the final tip is with people's setbacks, right? If someone's saying that they're not smart, that they're not strong, that they're not like fast enough, whatever it might be. The thing is that if someone truly is bad at something, if someone truly is, or truly has like a weakness, they'll know it in their heart, right? It won't just be a fear, but they'll truly know it. Like, for example, if someone knows that they tend to procrastinate a lot, right? That might be a weakness of theirs. But if someone knows that they can get a lot of good work done, like in a short amount of time, let's say, right? Then they can acknowledge that strength and think to themselves, okay, I know I can get this work done because I've gotten all this other work done in the past. I've done all these things. Like, let's say, back to someone improving their body, for example. Let's say if someone started healthy eating and whatnot, right? And they wanted to begin working out a bit more, then they could say to themselves, even though I procrastinate a lot and I don't want to go, right? Or not even that they procrastinate a lot, because then they're kind of attributing procrastination to themselves, and then they might convince themselves that they're a procrastinator, and then they might continue to procrastinate. If they think to themselves that they have procrastinated in the past, but that they can not do so in the future, and that they know they can achieve what they want to achieve because they've done similar things in the past, they've overcome similar setbacks in the past, see experiences, it ties in, then that will give them confidence to continue and get done what they need to get done. So yeah, guys, that'll be it for the video. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to support the channel through liking and subscribing if you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll catch you guys around, man. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.